Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris with Digital REM, and in this video we're going to talk about the Osmo 3 and how it's changed our production from now on. So with that being said, we're just going to hop right into it. Let's go. Boom! So here it is. Here is that thing. The Osmo 3. So small, so compact. Really love this camera. Really love this camera. Again, this has changed our production tremendously. The quality that you get from this camera is amazing. The form factor, how small it is amazing. The functionality, like how to use it, is also amazing. There's so many different things that are amazing about this camera. But I know you're probably shopping around for a camera that you want to get for your production, and you don't want everybody to be like, oh, it's the greatest thing. So I'm gonna share with you the things I love about it, the things that I wouldn't necessarily say change about it, but the things that fall short in comparison to something like a DSLR camera or full frame camera. So with that being said, we're going to talk about that right here, right now. Let's go. All right. So one of the first things, let's talk about the good first. Why you should get one. Again, you hold the button down, it's ready to go. It's ready to go. Like, you just saw it flip up, it's ready to go. You don't have to worry about any settings as much. There are settings in there if you want to get into the settings, but pretty much this is one of those things you can flip out and it's ready to go anytime. It starts right up like a Honda. It starts right up, it's ready to go. It doesn't matter, right? So, and again, you have that gimbal functionality. So instead of having one of these big Ronins, now you can walk around with this and it will keep that steady footage, so it's not all shaky. That's what a gimbal for is, keeps the footage from being super shaky. So it has that functionality, super valuable. Also, as you see, it has a nice small little screen here, but you can flip that screen and turn it into landscape mode, so you can shoot for YouTube, whatever the case may be, and run it like that. So you can flip it, for vertical mode or portrait mode, for Instagram Reels, TikTok, whatever the case may be. You're good to go. One of the other features that I really like about this camera is it has the tracking feature. As you probably know, with the Ronins, you have to have a Raven's Eye or some of the higher end model Ronins where it has the active tracking. So it'll pretty much, you click the screen on, like, I want to track this face or track this dog or whatever the case may be, and it will just follow the person, so you don't have to follow as much. It'll kind of track them. Now you still have to follow, like if they go over there, like behind your back, of course you have to follow it, but at the same time it's going to try to keep it as smooth as possible as long as you're in the vicinity of the shot, right? So super dope. There's so many different features that I could cover with this camera. Very happy that I got it. If you are a new content creator, I highly suggest you start with this. You go ahead and start with this. This is going to allow you to walk around, create content. This is going to allow you to, if you want to plug it in to your computer and use it as a webcam, you can do that. The 4K footage is awesome, amazing. The 2K footage of high frame rates is amazing. The 1080 footage at super high frame rates is amazing. So you can do so much with this camera. Again, if you're a realtor, you walk around showing listings. If you are extreme games, persons into extreme games, it's good for you as well. Like, for example, if you're a skateboarder, you want to follow somebody skateboarding without getting the bumpy footage, this is good for you as well. Now, I'm not gonna sell this as all rose petals and all that stuff, right? I don't even know what term to call it, but I'm not gonna sell it as that. Let's talk about the downside of this camera. One of the downsides is, and I hope this camera doesn't jinx itself because I'm talking about the downside of it. I find that happens sometimes. Like when you start talking about, like, oh, I wish I had a different this, because you don't like what you have, you're not grateful for what you have. The thing that you do have starts messing up. So we're good. I still love you. You're good. You're safe. You're in a safe space. But we're gonna talk about some of the things that you can be stronger at. Okay? All right. So with that being said, the camera is limited, I want to say, at 20 millimeters. At 20 millimeters. So if you want to get close up to a subject, it's better that you have to, or essentially you have to walk up to the subject. So if you want to get closer or make it bigger on your screen, you have to walk up to it. Now it does have a zoom feature. As most videographers and photographers know, the zoom features are usually trash when it comes to digital zoom. So with that being said, like, it's the crispness of your image is gonna be reduced. You're just zooming in like a camcorder. It doesn't make it look good. So again, we want to keep that quality. If you want to keep that quality, but just get closer or get a bigger shot, you have to actually walk up to your subject because it's limited at 20 millimeters. Now 20 millimeters is great because it's wide enough for you to stand there, shoot yourself, and get your vlog on at the end of the day. So super valuable for that. And I kind of wanted to just do that real quick. Like, you just click, you get your vlog on like that, boom, and it'll track your face, so you can move it all you want and it'll track you. So again, just think of doing quick videos that you're doing for social media, for your brand, or whatever the case may be. Super valuable. Another downside to it, again, this is where I want you to know you're in a safe space. But another downside to it is that I feel like it's kind of fragile. Again, I wouldn't do anything to make it, try to test it. But again, just looking at it, the little head on it, the moving parts, even down to the screen, the moving parts, again, it just leaves a lot of room for damage or error from the user. So it's not something that I would give to a 7-year-old or somebody who's in the elementary school, like, hey, shoot this for me, or something like that. They can trip over their untied shoes, trip and fall, drop it, the screen breaks, the little head pops off, and it doesn't work anymore. So it's definitely one of those things, like, you want to take care of it. So again, you want to put it in the hands of somebody who has steady hands, if you want to call it, if you just want to say that. So with that being said, yeah, that's one of the main things that really is the downside for me for this. Now also, but with that being said, because it's so small, it's so compact, it does have these these mechanical parts. It does allow a lot of versatility. So that's the plus side, because again, there have been instances, I'm looking for my little, where'd I put it? There have been instances where you can put an extension pole on here, or whatever you have lying around with your equipment, but you could put something on there, and now again, with the tracking, you could shoot up high, you could put it up high as you can, and shoot down low as if you were just like had some drone shot. Or you can put it real low to the ground and don't have to bend down and be all on the ground, but you can put it real low to the ground and get the shot that way. So again, it just allows a lot of versatility as far as movement, and the shot will still be stable. The shot will still be straight on, as if you were laying on the ground and getting the shot laying on the ground. So that is super valuable. And again, a lot of these little add-ons and additions make it a great tool. Again, it's super small, so you can take this into a lot of places and they won't blink an eye at this little thing. Now with that being said, there have been instances when I've been on shoots and I think I'm gonna go to a place and get the shots, and I get turned away by security, like, hey, no cameras past this part, or no cameras past this part. And they're really, when you bring something like this, they're really more like, hey, it's very noticeable, put it like that. But again, if you have something smaller like this, it's a lot less noticeable. You can put this in your pocket, pop it out. You're gonna still get that high quality footage. But again, like I said before, you won't have that quote unquote zoom feature. It's not zoom, but with these lenses, you can go from different millimeters. So you can go from, this one's a 24 to 70, and when you go up to 70, it's like zooming in essentially. But when you go down to 24, it's like everything widens up, so you have to get closer. So essentially this one's stuck at 20, where you're just gonna get that shot, and you just have to move around. Like, you just have to move your body to get the shot. Or again, get one of these and move this around and get the shot. So super valuable on that end. Again, if you want to learn more, you can go watch all the other YouTube videos. Watch so many YouTube videos about this subject. I just felt I wanted to tap into my community, tap into people who follow me, because I've had a few shoots actually that have happened where I've seen people in the audience that have these, and then I've seen people who would like ask me like, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, oh, it's a DJI Osmo. You know, the Osmo Pocket 3, right? And they're like, I've never seen that before. So there are people still out there who don't even know what this is. So I did want to make a video. If they land on my page, I can give them an honest, clear review on the DJI Osmo. Now, this is a segue to Osmo. If you are affiliated with Osmo, if y'all want to see me equipment to review, I will be happy to review any equipment that y'all have for me and give an honest review from a real in the field videographer who's actually doing the thing, right? Again, super valuable. This is I got the base Osmo. They have the creator combo and all this stuff. You can get that as well. Whatever you really want to do, however you want to see it going. But again, I have a lot of DJI products, so I can, mix match things together. So pretty much. And now that I say that, if you are familiar, yeah, please don't stop recording. If you are familiar with, this one for your phone, it works in the same similar fashion where it keeps your footage steady. But this camera though, I mean, the iPhone camera is dope too, but this camera, it's on a new level. I ain't gonna say a new level. I just like the DJI cameras I'm gonna just put this down here. I just like the DJI cameras on my drone. The footage is always great. And this is basically taking a drone camera and putting it on something that's handheld, which is also this is on point, super dope. What else do I want to cover about this? Real quick, I'm just trying to give you a quick overview. One of the things I do love about this as well, that you download the app to your phone and you can control it from your phone. But not only control it from your phone, when you shoot footage and things like that, you can download it straight to your phone. Why that's important and how I've seen that's a benefit to Digital REM as far as production wise. If you're able to download it to your phone, you can throw it right into CapCut right away. So that makes some quick turnaround edits be super quick, because you don't have to deal with those large file sizes. This is something you could download straight to your phone, throw it into CapCut, do a little edit, take about an hour, 2 hours or so, get that done. Or if you even have a template, just throw it in the template, grab all the shots that you like the best. It always looks the best quality. Then you just create a video. Super simple, quick turnaround, crazy turnaround. In comparison to something like this, these files from this camera are massive. I wouldn't even be able to get these onto my, I could get them on my phone, but I'm not going to get a whole event on my phone. This is going to take the memory that these files take. You would have to have some type of laptop, some type of editing software. Again, once you get it onto a hard drive or things like that, then you could throw it probably in the CapCut and things like that. But at the same time, this allows you to take it right to your phone, because the files are so small that it's just like shooting with your phone. You're going to allow you to take you right to your phone. You can throw it in just like as if it were shot on your phone and treat it just like that, where you can have them quick turnaround edits. So that's another super plus for this. That's like the superest, and that's not even a word, the superest plus for this thing. That ability to quickly get them onto a device, and then you can edit it in an online editor. Now, I don't use CapCut that much, especially for my clients, but again, there have been times where I'm like, hey, sometimes the client's like, hey, I want a quick turnaround, and I don't necessarily the I want a quick turnaround, and this is where this is where that comes into play when it comes to that, something like that, because again, you don't have to worry about file sizes and things like that. It's just kind of like, hey, all right, I just put this on there. Or another thing, if you are a videographer like me, you might get somebody who's like, I don't need you to edit, I just need you to get the footage. Again, you get the footage, you download the footage to your phone. If it's an iPhone, you airdrop it to them, like, here you go. And you haven't even left the building yet. Like, here's all of the footage, there you go. And you airdrop it straight to them. So again, the functionality as far as like file management with this thing makes it like one of my favorite things to use, like super favorite things to use. A lot of people just say, like, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but people I watch just say like, oh, how good the quality, how many megapixels and things like that's good. You could do homework with all of them. Like, you could do all that homework. We're just gonna get straight to the nitty gritty of what makes this camera like super dope, from my point of view, right? So, and again, you can go live on YouTube with this camera. It has the ability to, tap into your live, and you can just run live just like that. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I said it already, but it is a webcam too, so you can plug it in your computer, and your computer will recognize it as a webcam. So with that being said, I haven't done this yet, but this is just an idea. And if DJI is watching this, please send me more of these. Please send me more of these. I can't afford to buy a lot of these, but please send me like 4 more, or 3 or 4 more of these, please. The idea is to run this like a production, like 3 camera crew, a 3 camera crew, 3 tripods, and run it just like that, and then a roaming camera with these 3. And again, well, like I said, if you're tapped in with this is theory. That's why I want DJI to send me this. Let me test this out, and let me tell the people, preach to the people. But pretty much run this into a switcher, and then you'd have just a virtual production that you could take with you anywhere. And then you think you have a briefcase of 5 of these. How small that is. You could take that on a plane. You could take that on, so many different places, because it's easy to transport. And again, in comparison to something like this, you have to take so many different things with you, just to get the production done. Just imagine having 4 of these in one big case. And this thing is with this lens is a good probably like 5 pounds. So again, it gets heavy quickly. So again, this thing is probably like a pound, if that, a pound, 2 pounds, if that. So very, very light. And again, lining these up, throwing on some tripods, have them even track where people can walk around. Again, it's just an idea, a theory, and I would love to, document that theory, idea, on behalf of DJI. So that being said, if anybody is out there who works for DJI and who has the connection to make it happen, please tap us in. Please, swing up, put your hand over the rope, or my hand's over the rope. Tap me in. So that being said, boom. Again, I like the quality of it. I'm not gonna get into all the technical stuff. I think you have other YouTubers that are better at that. They want to talk about specs and things like that. We're just gonna talk about what it is, right? With that being said, let's share one of the things that I bought for this device. Are the screen protectors, right? I don't foresee this happening, but I do not want this lens to get scratched on the front of this camera, because it does rotate out sometimes when it's supposed to be covered itself. Let me get this off first. Gosh, I don't know, I can't get this thing off. The thing is tape. I need some nails or something. But this thing, usually when you turn it off, let me turn it on. You see how it turned and it's pointing towards you? But usually when you turn it off, it'll turn and then the lens will turn itself in. And sometimes that lens, I don't know if it's like sticky or something, and it act like you don't want to do it now, But sometimes that lens just stays looking this way, and I'm like, I don't want that thing to scratch, right? So the idea right here is, I bought some, just like for your phone, some screen protectors, right? They make one for the lens, and they make one for the back screen on there, right? So we're just gonna put these screen protectors on there. Right now, before I do that, because it's gonna be probably pretty boring for you, but before I do that, how I use this thing also, this is just a great camera. And hands down, this is a great camera. But how I use this also, when I had some of my unboxing B-roll, I simply put this on a tripod and had it sitting like this, and it was my down shooter. It was my down shooter where we could look at my hands. It was simply this thing, light, super. Imagine this heavy thing on a down shooter. Again, there's a lot more room for error with that camera than it is with this one. And the error with that camera is a lot more expensive than the error with this camera. So again, it's a trade. It's a not a trade-off, but there are pros and cons, and a lot of good pros with this Osmo, right? A lot of pros with this Osmo. Even the Lumix that I have here, when I bought it, was a good $900 camera. This one was a little over $400. So again, room for error is a lot more palatable. That's what we're gonna call it, palatable. Right? So how do I do this? Peel off mask with a sticker. Do it not. You don't have to wipe it or wipe the thing or anything. Usually these things you have like I know the one on the phone, they have the like alcohol wipes and all this stuff. So I got this off of Amazon. So let me make sure if I put my foot in my mouth, let me just open this. Because one of the things people who do FBA, we do have some. I was about to say, okay. I was about to say, one of the things with people who do FBA, they would get products, and if they notice that there is something that can improve the offer of that product by simply having alcohol wipes, if it didn't have alcohol wipes, well, that is an opportunity for somebody to come in, sell the same product, but also have alcohol wipes in theirs so they can sell more on Amazon. That's just some business game. We ain't talking about none of that right now, but I'm just saying that's just some little game, in helping and shooting for clients and helping clients with their media. You learn a lot. So that is the other side of videography and media that the ultimate goal, while I share that in the Creator Academy. Like, this is one of those industries, like, you can get in, you can learn a lot, that will lead into other opportunities outside of just media. And you'll be invited into rooms. You won't be begging to get into rooms, you'll be invited into the room. So again, using media as a tool for the invitation. Alright, we did the alcohol wipe, we wiped it down. Wipe it down. I'm through. So let's do this one first. The back screen. And this was why I even brought up the down shooter. This is where I would have did the down shooter part, but I'm using the Osmo. And again, that's why I'm like, DJI, if y'all want to hook your boy up, I could do more because I'd have more cameras where now I can do the down shooter and y'all can see me actually applying this in the beautiful way in the beautiful fashion I just did with no bubbles. Jeez, I act like I did this before. Boom, like that. Now we gotta do the one for the camera. Oh man, I touched this damn thing. Shit. I don't even want to do that one now. Thing is, you don't want to put your fingerprint on the inside of it, because that's gonna be on your lens. I thought it would have one of them peel off things like the other one, but it didn't. That's again an opportunity to make that an offer on Amazon. Studying. There you go. Boom. All right. You don't want that fingerprint on the inside of there. You don't mess up your image. That's perfect. All right. And again, it looks the exact same. Looks the exact same as it did before, but now it has a little layer of protection that's supposed to protect it from scratches, supposedly falls, drops, all of the stuff. So now we got a little bit of layer of protection there. I'm gonna just throw this one away. This throws away. That's a wipe. That's thrown away. These are thrown away. That wipe's thrown away. Thrown away. Keep this one. This one's kind of rough. I don't know if it's supposed to be that rough. I would think like a lens cloth, but that thing is, yeah, I don't know. But either way, the job is done. There it is. Complete. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So boom, there it is. Now hopefully, you know, you learned a little something about the Osmo 3. Hopefully, you know, if it inspires you to purchase one, go for it. If you don't have a camera at all, if you're just getting started, like I said before, if you're just getting started, go ahead and get you one of these. This is low hanging fruit, easy barrier to entry, easy functionality, easy to use, easy all the way around. Again, you don't have to worry about aperture, f-stop, white balance, all that stuff. You can set all of this stuff on auto and it'll look good, right? You don't have to worry about shaky footage. You don't have to worry about anything. It'll all look good, you know? And it's at a low price point. Super, super, super valuable, right? So yeah, I'm gonna just leave right there. So that being said, hopefully this inspires you to do that one thing that takes you closer to your goals. Like I always say, do that one thing. And with that, all y'all have a blessed day. Later, y'all. Peace.